experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464, or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Turabo Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Turabo Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Turabo State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
Into a world of digital empowerment are the foundation for Faith and Excellence Wi-Fi Cafe and Computer Services, where faith meets innovation. We are your one-stop hub for all things tech. Need to sharpen your skills? Dive into our expert computer training sections, tailored for beginners to pros. Crunching deadlines? Our lightning-fast photocopying, lamination, and printing services have you covered. Grips professional results every time. Craving connectivity? Surf the web hassle-free in our cozy internet cafe with high-speed Wi-Fi and comfortable spots to unwind. And that's just the start. We've got so much more to fuel your success. We deliver affordable prices without skimping on excellence because your growth deserves the best. Don't wait. Call us today at 070-3958-6177 or 081-09-47-3113. Visit the Foundation for Faith and Excellence beside Taraba State Polytechnic Gate, your gateway to Tech Triumph. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds, safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.
Alan Dulles, now Director of Central Intelligence, sees the writing on the wall. Richard Bissell, a brilliant planner with a taste for big projects, joins the fold. They agree. The agency's future lies in the skies, and in technology no one else can match.
So it became obvious that America just was not great at hiring deep cover spies. The place was infiltrated by so many foreign agents. So at some point they stopped pretending to beat KGB at their own game and lean into what America was good at, which was building great technologies.
The CIA begins to pivot. Covert coups remain in the playbook, but the next big breakthrough won't come from a suitcase of cash. It will come from a machine. And that machine will be called the U-2. In the early Cold War, reconnaissance is risky business. The best the US has are modified bombers and fighter jets. They fly low enough for Soviet radar to see, slow enough for interceptors to catch, and vulnerable enough that a single missile can end the mission.
By the mid-1950s, that was no longer acceptable. The Soviets were building nuclear sites, and Washington needed to have eyes on them now.
Alan Dulles at the CIA partners with the Air Force. Richard Bissell becomes project chief. Lockheed's Skunk Works under Kelly Johnson takes the lead on design. The result is the U-2, a jet that can fly at 70,000 feet, higher than any Soviet fighter or missile can reach. It has sailplane-like wings stretching over 100 feet, giving it the lift to cruise in the stratosphere. Cameras mounted in its belly can photograph objects 2 feet wide from 13 miles up. Its range lets it cross the Soviet heartland and come back without refueling. This isn't just an airplane, it's a spy satellite with a pilot. The Soviets can see it on radar, but can't touch it. Every mission brings home rolls of film that redraw the maps in the Pentagon and the White House.
The U-2 spy plane, a powered glider with a camera in its belly, was a major technological triumph for the CIA. The CIA's estimates of Soviet military strength were based on guesswork, not intelligence. The U-2 was meant to provide the crucial information needed to challenge these claims.
Members of the Vietnamese government delegation here are resigned to the prospect that an armistice may soon be concluded under which the Viet Minh forces would occupy large areas of Vietnam. It is assumed that virtually all the northern half of the country may go to the communist-led rebels.
Since 1954, the Geneva Accords split Vietnam in two, and the U.S. steps in to prevent the communist North from swallowing the South. On paper, America is an advisor. In reality, the CIA is already pulling strings. The U-2 flies over North Vietnam and Laos, mapping supply routes, troop concentrations, and the twisting lifeline of the Ho Chi Minh Trail. The pictures become the blueprint for covert strikes. The war in the shadows spreads quickly. CIA-backed militias in Laos sabotage depots and ambush convoys. Air America runs guns, radios, and operatives into jungle airstrips. In Saigon, political enemies of US-backed leaders are bribed, blackmailed, or removed.
And most of these covert actions had to do with money. And the sources of money for the CIA were not always clean.
Funding comes through channels the public never sees: black budgets, foreign currency reserves, and illicit streams. In Laos, Hmong fighters protect opium fields in exchange for weapons and pay. In Cambodia, heroin trafficking quietly fuels operations the State Department will never acknowledge. By the mid-1960s, the shadow war appears to work. Supply lines are harassed, enemy leadership is thinned, and the South buys a few more years of survival. It feels like success. But someday soon, it will erupt into full-scale war, dragging America into a quagmire that will cost far more than any black budget ever could. In April 1961, the CIA rolls the dice on one of its boldest operations yet, the Bay of Pigs. Cuban exiles, trained and armed by the agency, land on the beaches in an attempt to overthrow Fidel Castro. The plan collapses within days. Air cover is denied, the resistance fails to materialize, and Castro's forces sweep the beaches clean. Around the world, America's image takes a hit. Inside Langley, the embarrassment is searing. For President Kennedy, it is a humiliating failure. America's image of invincibility is tarnished. He knows the CIA is to blame.
He was agitated in a way that I had never seen him before, extremely upset. And what he said more than once was, how could I have been so stupid to rely upon these advisors?
He said, we've had a big kick in the ass and we deserved it, but we're going to learn some things from it. And one of the things he said he would learn was that he would never again be overawed by advice from the Joint Chiefs of Staff or from the CIA.
The Bay of Pigs was a humiliation. But Washington isn't backing down. The mission remains the same: stop communism from spreading, no matter the cost. And now the focus shifts south, to a slender strip of land on the edge of South America, Chile. In the early 1970s, Chile stands at a political crossroads. Salvador Allende, a Marxist, is elected president in 1970, the first in the Western Hemisphere to come to power through democratic means. He promises socialist reforms, nationalizes key industries, and builds ties with Havana and Moscow. For the White House, it's a nightmare scenario. Another Cuba, but with democratic legitimacy.
The CIA was tasked with making sure Allende's government doesn't survive. They poured millions into opposition media, fund strikes, and quietly funneled cash to political opponents. They put a lot of pressure on the economy. The currency spiraled, and there was a huge food shortage.
Behind the scenes, CIA officers work with sympathetic military leaders, sowing instability. By September 11, 1973, Chile's armed forces, led by General Augusto Pinochet, strike. Tanks roll into Santiago. The presidential palace burns. Pinochet seizes power, ushering in years of military dictatorship, marked by torture, disappearances, and repression. Washington breathes easier. Chile is back in the anti-communist camp, but the price is blood, and the world takes note. For the CIA, Chile 1973 is a reminder that covert power still works. Back in South Asia, CIA doubles down on their tactics as the Vietnam conflict escalates from advisors to full combat. CIA operations expand alongside the military, training South Vietnamese forces, running the Phoenix program, and waging war in Laos and Cambodia.
The Phoenix program was CIA's big push during Vietnam to tear apart Vietcong from the inside. They built these intelligence networks, slipped agents into enemy territory, and went after people directly. The problem is, these tactics were so brutal, so messy, it left a permanent black mark on America's name. But Vietnam isn't the CIA's only battlefield. At home, the agency crosses a forbidden line. It begins targeting domestic opinion, funding student groups, influencing journalists, and steering cultural organizations toward anti-communist positions. Covert money flows into magazines, art exhibits, even civil rights groups the agency thinks it can sway. Codenamed Project MKUltra, under the direction of Sidney Gottlieb, the CIA experiments on unwitting subjects with LSD, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and psychological torture. The aim is mind control.
You know, what the CIA really dreamed of was sort of like a drug you could give to someone, get them to commit all sorts of unspeakable acts, and they wake up the next day and they don't remember what they've done.
They were looking into brainwashing. They were looking into mind control. They were looking into how they could create what they called Manchurian candidates. They were trying to figure out if they could get people to go out and do things that they would ordinarily not do, like assassinations.
The mid-1970s bring turbulence on every front. The Vietnam War ends with helicopters fleeing Saigon. America's economy shudders under oil embargoes, spiraling inflation, and a deepening recession. The Soviet Union pushes for influence in Africa and the Middle East. At home, the Watergate scandal drives President Nixon from office in disgrace. The CIA isn't immune. The Church and Pike committees have stripped away its mystique. Public trust erodes. But inside Langley, the old habits remain. Secret bank accounts in Switzerland and the Caribbean keep covert funds flowing. Shell companies mask arms deals, bribes, and political payoffs. In the shadows, those secret bank accounts are more than a safety net. They are a weapon. And soon, they will bankroll an operation that will explode into a monumental event. Along the way, they will reopen an old, dirty doorway. The CIA's entanglement with the global drug trade. In the early 1980s, Iran is a nation at war with itself and its neighbors. The Shah is gone, swept away by the Islamic Revolution. Washington officially calls Iran an enemy. But inside Langley, the CIA weighs a different calculus. Every enemy is a potential channel. Every crisis, a potential deal.
3 Americans, a journalist, a diplomat, and a minister, were kidnapped off the sidewalks of Beirut by gunmen.
To help free the American hostages, CIA comes up with a questionable solution. Through a chain of middlemen and covert operatives, The CIA and key figures in the Reagan White House arranged to sell arms to Iran, missiles, spare parts, and other hardware they desperately need. The price is inflated. In exchange, Iran will quietly pressure Hezbollah in Lebanon to release American hostages. The profits from these secret arms sales don't stop in Tehran. They move quietly into Swiss bank accounts and offshore companies, then out again, this time to Central America. The recipients are the Contras, a rebel army fighting to topple the leftist Sandinista government in Nicaragua. But arms sales aren't the only funding stream. In Central America, cocaine traffickers move product north. The CIA's network looks the other way, or in some cases, works directly with traffickers, so long as the profits flow to Contra operations. Airstrips carry both guns and drugs, and flights that land in the US return south loaded with cash.
When the story hit in '86, it shook Washington to its core. Public hearings, indictments, outrage, you name them. People couldn't believe how far the CIA was willing to go, the lines they were willing to cross just to get things done. What comes next is a money scandal so huge, it makes Iran...
Welcome back to the morning show on Som TV. I'm Ira Minor Joda, and with me this morning is Mr. Ira Daniel Kukwen. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes. Well, let's go straight to the papers today, starting with This Day newspaper. Well, on This Day newspaper, we have Dangote projects over $55 billion annual revenue from refinery as Afrexim Bank considers fresh $5 billion expansion credit. That's on, also on This Day. Adejeji, FIRS collected 22.59 trillion naira in 9 months and 47.39 trillion in 2 years. So those are the stories on This Day. Lamido joins PDP national chairmanship race, pick nomination forms today. Well, let's look at that story about Lamido. Friday, we had a discussion here, which you said Lamido seems to you, he seems to be a better candidate for that position.
Yes, it's a good move. I think this is a good sign for the PDP as a political party that people who have been consistent in the party, like Sule Lamido, has picked a nomination form to run for the position of National PDP chairman. If he emerges, considering his consistency, it appears he has the best interest of the party at heart for all these years, despite the ups and downs. Sule Lamido has been consistently remained a member of PDP. Maybe with Sule Lamido, if he emerges as National PDP chairman, you may be surprised that even Atiku may decide to come back to
yes, that is if his ambitions we align with, there's difference between having the way it seems now. We all know former President Atiku Abubakar wants to contest as president. If since the national chairman's office has been zoned to the north, it only seems natural that the presidency will be zoned to the south. So I don't think that may align with the ambitions of Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and it may even cause more rancor in the party because there are people who feel they left when they were struggling, only for him to come back just when things stabilizes. That is, if Lamido is able to do that. But if you ask me, Lamido commands respect in Nigeria. Is someone that, yes, you can be sure that, yes, he has, let me use political integrity, and he has been faithful to the party. So he's a good choice, if you ask me.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to the PDP where people will lay aside their personal interests and decide to work for the interests of the party. So I look forward to maybe Atiku returning to PDP and saying, I'm not here to contest, I'm here to support the party, and maybe I'll support whosoever emerges as the flag bearer.
Well, let's look forward to that, but I doubt if that will ever happen. Now let's go to The Guardian. The Guardian here says 767 local government areas without active websites amid autonomy and 3 trillion naira yearly windfalls. If we look at a very, very comprehensive report here with diagrams and footnotes and what have we. You can read that on Guardian on page 6 of the Guardian. Then fire structures, Eagles derail pole position as PDP films SDP splitters. And resident doctors to begin strike Friday over unmet demands. Then Ayedat work clears backlog of Ondo police salary arrears. Yes, so we also, while we are expanding our refinery to 1.4 million barrels per day for Dangote. We have crushed terrorism now, Nigerians tax new service chiefs. And it takes 62 signatures to pay one NDDC contractor, says Undoma Egba. It's been quite a while I've heard Undoma Egba speak to the public. You know him, the senator from Cross River, the popular chap back then.
Yeah.
Then you have a crush. Now, this story here, it's a crush terrorism now, Nigerians tax new service chief. Let me ask you, from your own point, what do you expect of this new service chiefs?
Well, I don't think they will be able to do anything new until the capacity of the Nigerian security agencies is enlarged, until we have better equipment, until we have and more hands who will be recruited into the military, the police, and other security architecture. I don't think these people will be able to do much. They may introduce their own small innovations and achieve success stories in some places. Not that we are saying those small achievements are not worthy of mentioning. They're actually worthy, but we look forward to a situation where more recruitment will be done in the military and in the police in such a way that the number of men in uniform who will wear arms to go and fight criminality will be commensurate with the level of the crime being committed.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what I would ask them to do is just to improve on the security situation of the country, and it should be more proactive than reacting to these attacks. And I think, like I said, the three key issues that will help us in this is number one, political will; number two, intelligence gathering; and number three, technology. If we can harness these three things, I think we'll be able to do much better once there's the political will to crush these criminals wherever they are, irrespective of who they represent or what they represent. And again, intelligence gathering, abilities to infiltrate them and be able to get information of their attacks and rest, and then pursue them to wherever they are. Then technology, you have drones, you have, I think the era of, we've seen wars all over the world now. You hardly see soldiers. What you just see is drones and precision drones. I think those are the things that we need that will help us in this fight against insurgency, terrorism, banditry, armed robbery, kidnapping, or so many others like that. Let's go to the Punch. The Punch, we have 2027, Abure, OT, LP factions at war over Obi ADC pact. Stories on page 68 of the Punch. Then under Buhari, Tinubu, 500 generals forced out despite rising insurgency under the government of Buhari and Tinubu. That means for the past 10 years thereabouts, about 500 generals have been forced out due to promotions and upon retirement and other issues. So we also have, okay. I would like to ask, what's your take on this issue of the generals' retirement, and will you say that it aligns with the standard procedures in other countries, or this is just politically motivated? Your views generally on this?
Well, there's this policy that they have in the army that you can salute your junior.
Junior.
So anytime your rank mate retires, you have to go with him. So I don't think it's something that is fundamentally wrong.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't know whether this person has reached his 35 years of service. The people that are very retired, like General Chris Musa, or for whatever reason that he's been removed, if it is in agreement with what the books have said, and there is actually nothing wrong. At times we panic unnecessarily, where there is no actually need for panic, but we keep bringing up issues as if this man has worked meritoriously and his time for retirement has come, just like I think Onanuga mentioned that it is a normal process.
Yeah.
Until you bring up facts and reasons to say that this man is not due for retirement yet, but he was retired, then it's something else. Though there are instances where the sitting president has the right to keep them even after their retirement period, but he still has the right to let them go if he feels he doesn't need them again. So I think we elected him to be the president of Nigeria so he'll be able to perform some of these functions. I think there's nothing actually wrong with it.
Okay. And I think it is the standard in the military. So it is not something out of, that is what it has always been. And I don't accept the rules are changed. That is what it will be. So most of them already know once your mate becomes, you are going with him, and then others. So I think what they focused on here was during this period, but that has been the move, according to the military, is aimed at maintaining discipline, hierarchy, and operational efficiency within the services. So it is a tradition that the military have kept over the years, and it is not limited. Maybe now, I think most of this information, reason why it's strange to Nigerians is that now with social media, with the internet, a lot of people have a lot of information, they query issues. So most times, people don't hear these things in the past. So when it happens now, they think it's something new.
And another thing is that this report has not captured how many people have been recruited.
Yes.
If 500 generals retired, how many were churned out of the Nigerian Defense Academy and things like that? You understand? Because as these people go, there is maybe more people who have been introduced into the military. So,
and the reports made it look like it didn't capture. If these reports, if you ask me, it should have captured from 1999. I think it will, because it will now allow people to know that the way it is now, it will look like it is a policy of the Buhari and these two governments. I think they should have done better by going further back to 1999, even before then, to get information so that it will make Nigerians to understand that it is not as if it's the policy of this government. That is the way things have always been. So,
and even if it is the policy of this government, how many have been recruited?
Yeah.
It's not as if a vacuum is being created by retiring 500 military officers. If you retire 500 and recruit 1,000, there is still no vacuum. Though experience is important.
Yes, yeah. Experience is very important. Let's go to, okay. Well, that is that on the Punch. Okay, let's go to Tribune. Tribune says, our state wastes billion on unviable airports. Only 3 out of 30 airports profitable. That's from FAN. State can leverage aviation business to boost trade, according to experts. Then Ekiti 2026, 886 delegates to affirm Oyebanje as APC consensus candidate today. And Dangote Refinery aims to be world largest in 3 years. Plans to expand production from 650,000 to 1.4 million barrels per day to be listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange in 2026. Lagos government violated court order, demolished 100 properties in Oworoshoki, that is Falana. NDLA raids Lagos nightclub over drug party, arrest over 100 suspects. Then resident doctors to begin indefinite strike November 1. And PDP convention, Southwest Leaders Zone Secretary to your auditor to Ogun. So we can see that the PDP convention, the Southwest leaders have started to zone the secretary to Oyo and auditor to Ogun. And then the Ekiti Ondo to produce deputy organizing secretary. Makinde meets BOT members. Southeast lawmakers threaten to boycott convention. Sule Lamido loyalists vow to resist Turaki's emergence as PDP chairman. So the alignment and realignment is still ongoing within the PDP.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. But they should ensure that this does not generate another crisis. They already have their hands full. So whatever alignment and realignment that is going on, it should not degenerate to the level where there will be so much disagreement again. I'm looking forward, just like I've been saying, I'm looking forward to a PDP where every one of them will be sacrificial enough to allow peace reign. You understand?
Yes, well, let them allow peace to reign so that they can have a party come 2027. So, well, we will wrap up this newspaper review. Now, when we come back, we'll go to Taraba News.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride your way.
In today's digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Taraba Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present to you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and JSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic websites and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Taraba Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464 or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Taraba Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Taraba Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
Welcome back to the morning show. Now, this is the Taraba News segment of the morning show. This is where we'll look at stories coming from the cover pages of Taraba News, which is Taraba News paper is Taraba's most influential newspaper. And today we have a series of headlines on the cover page. Let's take it one after the other, then we go into analysis of the stories. Let's go. Let me start with this. Is Honorable Danji SS right or misleading? Understanding the fact, finance and the future of Taraba State. This is from Ambassador Quincy Muri in response to Honorable Danji Faris' letter to the State House of Assembly and elders in Taraba State. Then page 6, children are blessings from God, Pastor Dan Gombe. Our story is on page 6. A critical lens on defense chief entitlement, governance, perception, and national interest. Story is on page 7. And we have 1.2 trillion Taraba State debt profile claim is misleading. That story is on page 2. It's written by Chief Gabriel Lainka, a chartered accountant and financial analyst. Then enhancing security in Jalingo, why plainclothes detectives are needed at roadblock area. Stories by Henry Abu. Then Pastor Dan Usman urges Christians to embrace gratitude as key to spiritual progress. Stories on page 8 of Taraba News. So that is the major stories today on Taraba News. Let us now just go to this story that broke over the weekend, a letter about Honorable Danjuma Usman Shidi, who wrote a letter asking questions about the debt profile of Taraba State. And Saturday, Sunday, they have been rejoiners to that letter. And let us look at the headline today, written by Mr. Chief Gabriel Olainka, who is a chartered accountant and financial analyst of the Department of Accounting, Taraba State University. He is of the opinion that the debt profile claim is misleading and the ex-lawmaker is seeking attention. So what's your view on this?
Well, I don't have the details. I may not be able to give an authentic information based on I saw the letter of the GSS making the rounds on social media. I've not seen, I've not gone to the Taraba News to check what Chief Olayanka has written. But I think that draws attention to accountability and putting to good use whatever it is that comes to the coffers of the state. I think this is what all this is all about. So if any one of them is found wanting, whether I think it is with good intent that Danji SS wrote that letter. It is for the betterment of Taraba State. All he wants is to see to it that whatever it is that is gotten from the revenues that is in the coffers of the state is put to good use. That is just the point, and I think that is what everyone wants.
Yes. Well, exactly. That is over the weekend. I was monitoring discussions on this across different platforms in Taraba and also outside of Taraba. I think the question, the lips of everyone is the opacity of the information concerning the loans, the FAC allocations, how they've been disbursed, what it has been used for. That is the serious challenge the Taraba State government is having now. The information available, and then even I find it strange that today this letter broke on Friday. No official response have been given so far. A lot of people have written, but I think by now the figures should be out. That are not words. These informations are data driven. They are figures. So the figures should be out by now, disclaiming, countering whatever it is that Honorable Danji SS wrote. But we just have to understand that a lot of Tarabans are asking the same questions. There's a need for us to have more information. We may be wrongly fed. We may be having the wrong information, but if the government gives the right information, I think the Tarabans will, and they see that, yes, whatever it is they give out is verifiable, then Tarabans will be arrested. But for now, a lot are asking the same question Honorable Danji SS is asking.
Yes. Earlier on, there was this newspaper cover that talked about how some local governments have internet websites, and that is affecting transparency and accountability. I think the whole thing here is about transparency and accountability of the funds that have been disbursed to the state government. Maybe they're just taking their time to see how they're going to respond to this. We're expecting the state government to respond.
Definitely. Yes, and with that, we also, this evening on Today's Politics, we'll be having some of the major actors of this. We're going to have someone from the Honorable Danji SS camp, and we're also going to have Ambassador Quincy Muri and Chief Gabriel Olainka on Today's Politics by 6 to 7:30 thereabout. It's going to be a blockbuster. Let me tell you this. It's going to be a no-odds-barred program this evening on some TV. So be prepared to watch. And we also call upon the government of Taraba State to release information to counter these allegations by Honorable Danji SS. It will be good. And some TV is providing the platform for them to come and get this done. So until then, until the evening, I will tell us that let us hold on. But I believe before 6 p.m., more information will be out. But be ready by 6 p.m. this evening. We are going to unpack everything that has to do with the letter, the response, the rejoinders, the figures, the facts, the fiction, and we're going to unravel everything. Thank you very much. So with that, we go to another story. Over the weekend, why plainclothes detectives are needed at the roadblock area. This is by Henry Agbu. I think there's a need for that. It's one of the areas we spoke about, that there's a lot of complaints about crime around that roadblock area, and I think real surveillance must be done there to rid the area of criminals who loiter around that area.
They're having a field day, and we've not heard of anybody being apprehended. So I think there is a need for that. I just saw this morning on Facebook post of Dr. Mbave, the ASU chairman of TSU, of how his car was vandalized and laptops and other documents. Yes. So that's quite disheartening. There is a need for security to be beefed up. I think he just parked his car and stepped out to do one or two things. He came back to find the car already vandalized, and valuables that are as important as his laptop and other documents that has to do with ASU have been taken away. So police and other security agencies, and even everyone in that axis, has to be careful, has to be on the lookout. Criminals at times, they have to be mixing around with people who don't wear, but everyone has to be on alert. If you see something, say something, and arrest should be made. People should be vigilant enough to call the attention of security operatives to apprehend these criminals.
And you know the mistake we make most times is that we profile what a criminal should look like. So while we're looking at the obvious, meanwhile, most times, by the time you apprehend these criminals, you will see that it could be a papa. It could be someone you call auntie, someone you call uncle, someone who is well-dressed. Recently, I've been seeing videos of those who do this crime they call one chance in Abuja. There's none of them you will see that doesn't look like a responsible, in quotes, person. So you feel relaxed. You see women, even pregnant women, are used for this. You see people in suits, just like I am wearing today. People look. So it is not, most times we profile the way criminals are. So we tend to look in the wrong direction when we're looking for criminal. But I think with plainclothes security agencies there, we will be able to do at least with that areas. And we're calling on the Commissioner of Police of Taraba State, the Commissioner of Police of Taraba State, to please ensure that men are stationed there to ensure that this crime does not continue. I know it's a very, very large area. The roadblock is not just that roundabout. It keeps expanded.
Down to Corner Road, down to Mel 6 area, down towards Nuke now. It keeps expanding. So,
well, we call on all security agencies to ensure that they rid that area of these criminals. Then, well, let's go to which other story we can take before we go on a break. Yes. Then we have children are blessings from God, Pastor Dangombe. I can't, but I have to just agree with him.
Yeah, children are blessings from God. Children and any other thing too, that is good.
Yes, it's a blessing from God. Well, I think this is where we'll draw the curtain on today's edition of the morning show. I am Abraham Manajoda, and with me is Mr. Radane Kukwan, and also Madam Esther Oka Stephen, who started this program today with the Pidgin segments, and also Lillian Yakubu, our correspondent, who was a guest.
Tech lead too.
And was a guest, and also Mr. John Oyewole, the tech lead, who left the wires to come and sit and be joined. Right, so it's a good one. He has always been a good guest on What's Trending and the program. One day we'll drag him to come and do analysis of the newspapers.
One of these days.
One of these days. So I'm not forgetting Moses Peter The Rock, who is the studio manager today. And James Atta Emmanuel is the MCO of the day. So we also want to say thank you to Chief Gabriel Lanka, the executive producer of the show. I am Abraham Manager. Good morning.
Digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Turabo Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present to you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and GSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic website and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Turabo Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464, or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Turabo Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Turabo Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Turabo State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future.